Hey everyone, Matumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. And while we had an amazing Decktember, we played 23 different decks in Decktember, thanks to each and every one of you. We are hopping back on what we normally do, and we are just going to play some good old-fashioned Historic and see what we can brew up with. Now, pretty excited to play this deck, but real quick though, before we do, just a real quick recap. If you enjoy the channel, the video, please, all I ask is that you like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the cool links down below. It's as simple as that. Anything you can do to help the channel. But hey, let's hop into today's deck, and we're just playing Metalwork Memorial. So this deck is immediately going to be a callback to one of our decks from Decktember, the deck that was called Iron Giant. So we basically took that deck and we just kind of changing it up, because you know what, we didn't really get to play any Lotus Fields and Blood Suns during Decktember specifically together. I think there was one or two decks that might have like one copy of a Lotus Field and some Blood Suns, or vice versa, but we didn't really get any decks submitted to us that just had Blood Sun Lotus Field. And it's been so long since we've played the old Blood Sun Lotus Field combo that we decided, you know what, we need to go back to our origins and we need to play this deck, and we need to just do what we love doing, and that is, again, playing Blood Sun and playing these Lotus Fields with no penalty to us, and then just powering out some big dumb red things. So we are doing that. Again, if you don't know what Blood Sun is a 3-mana enchantment. It says when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and it says all lands lose all abilities except mana abilities. So this is going to turn off, just different card abilities or land abilities if they're non-mana producing. So like shock lands will come into play untapped, scry lands will come into play untapped. They don't, you don't get to scry. You don't have to worry about paying life. But also with Lotus Field, the land no longer has hexproof, and it no longer enters the battlefield tapped, and you don't have to sacrifice 2 lands when it comes into play. So therefore, after you play a Blood Sun, this land just specifically, all it says is tap, add 3 mana of any one color. So that's pretty busted. Lands that tap for 3 mana. So yeah, that's exactly what we are trying to do. And it's not really a combo, but it's going to allow us to play some pretty dumb things pretty quickly. One of which is going to be this friend, our Combustible Gearhulk. Combustible Gearhulk, 6 mana, first striking, 6/6 with, again, those are just crazy stats on its own. This says whenever it enters the battlefield, your opponent basically has to let you draw 3, or if they don't let you draw 3, you're going to mill 3 cards, and then it's going to deal damage equal to the converted mana cost of all of those cards. So if we mill 3 10 mana, cards, they're going to take 30 damage. So we are playing a ton, as you can see, a ton of expensive casting cost cards, in hopes that if we play a Combustible Gearhulk, it is just going to get milled. And then we're just going to potentially kill them on turn 4, because we can play a Combustible Gearhulk on turn 4 thanks to the Blood Sun Lotus Field combo. And yeah, this is going to be hopefully a pretty spicy deck. Again, it was spicy, but we just switched it up. We added Blood Sun Lotus Field. We upped the count of Star of Extinctions to 4, because this is great in in a mono red ramp deck. This is going to allow us to, control the board. Mass removal deals 20 damage to everything, creatures and planeswalkers, so it's hard to deal with. And then, in conjunction to what we're trying to do with this Gearhulk with expensive cards, we are still looking to play the Akroma's Memorial combo with Metalwork Colossus. So Akroma's Memorial, we're only playing a couple of them. It is a 7 mana cost legendary artifact, but it does say creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and from red. That's quite a lot of ability. So ideally what we can do is we can play out Akroma's Memorial. So this costs 7, like I said. We may have already ramped with a Mind Stone or 2 as well. We might have a Maze Mind Tome in play, but if we get Akroma's Memorial, what we could do is we can play maybe 1 or 2 of these Metalwork Colossuses and just end the game. So Metalwork Colossus normally costs 11, but it does get a cost reduction based on the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control. So just by playing only an Akroma's Memorial in play, this thing only costs 4 mana. If we have a Mind Stone in play on top of that, it only costs 2 mana. If we have 2 of these in play, it's free. So yeah, we're not playing a ton of other artifacts, but again, this fuels it quite a bit. And then just by having a couple of these in play is going to potentially make these Metalwork Colossuses free. And one of these is pretty devastating to an opponent, just getting hit with 10-10 flying, trampling, first striking, haster. But two of them, again, is lethal. So that is what we are trying to do. And it does have a side ability of sacrificing 2 artifacts to return it from your graveyard to your hand. But again, we're never really going to want to be in that position. We're just going to want to be casting it and then potentially ending the game in 1 turn. And again, this also fuels the Combustible Gearhulk because it does cost 11. So if we hit some of these, that's just going to end the game. And then we do have a couple copies of Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, because it's a 10 mana, you know, big busted card. Didn't want to play Ulamog. I really thought about playing Ulamog, Ugin instead of Ulamog, but I felt like this was harder to cast, and a 10 spot instead of an 8 spot is just a little more fun when you're trying to do ridiculous things with Combustible Hulk. So we also still have 2 copies of Golos because I do love Golos. Golos can actually also get us the Lotus Fields. It can also get us this Cascading Cataracts, which will allow us to activate Golos. So even though, you know, we would potentially lose the indestructibility from this land if Blood Sun was in play, it still does tap 4 mana, 5 mana of any combination of colors, because that is a mana ability. So yeah, and then we're just going to round this out with 4 copies of Storm's Wrath. We've really already, everybody knows Mind Stone, probably the best ramp spell in Historic. Maze Mind Tome as well is really, really good for fixing and drawing cards. And a couple copies of Valakut Awakening. Again, we want to, if we're drawing all of our expensive cards, which we never really want to be at, we can just put them right back into our deck to replace them. Yeah, or if we need to, this can just double as a land. But that is the deck, and we are playing 24 land, 26 if you count the Awakening. And hopefully we can just, like I said, you know, Combustible Gearhulk, Blood Sun, Lotus Field people, and just do what we do. Again, we've missed this. You know, this is one of our favorite things to do in Historic. So when all else fails, Blood Sun, Lotus Field. That's all I got to say. That's what I do. So let's hop into the gameplay, and we'll see you guys at the wrap up. And real quick, before we hop into the games, I did forget a huge shout out for our 2 new Patreons. We have Halcyon Fury and Robert McCauley. So thank you guys so much for joining the Patreon. Always a big thank you. It always gets me whenever people do reach out and do that. So again, huge shout out to Robert McCauley and Halcyon Fury for being new patrons. So let's really hop into the game. All right, see you guys at the wrap up. All right, we're going. Let's do it. Metalwork Memorial. Already a callback to the Iron Giant deck that we played. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Do it. Let's do it to it. All right, what are they playing? Are they just on a Gruul deck? Oh. Gruul enchantments. Let's just get down as much stuff as possible. All right, well, I think we're just going to take a draw. I think it's correct to stifle their mana producing abilities here, especially when they have a bunch of card draw available. Oh, okay. Seems pretty good. They're going to draw all the cards. We're going to probably see all the lands, right? Oh, we're definitely taking action. here. Alright, well we have access to a 3-mana Colossus next turn. Really depends on what our opponent's going to play here. They could... Really? I mean, I'm not too sure how I feel about them having 4 of those in play. They might have like a Wolf Willow Haven here. Oh, Guy's Blessing, okay. I do think we have to activate the Golos first. Because if we hit a Akroma's Memorial... oh well. I don't hate that. Oh, Zauber. Why you leave? Was it because we were going to go crazy next turn? Or you had no way to deal with our Golos? Or our 6/6? But either way, hey. A win's a win. Let's get it going. Into the next game. Alright. The normal amount. The normal amount. Alright. Some of you guys still message me about that little mix-up we had. Telling you, it was definitely an accident. I'll try not to let it happen again. Floating. Uh-oh. We all float down here, right? Opponent gets to go first because they're floating. They are literally floating. Boom. Do we keep this? If we had a Blood Sun, this is probably a really good hand. Oh, if we hit a Blood Sun. If we hit a Blood Sun. Do we feel the Blood Sun on top? Do we feel it? I feel it. Let's do it. We're keeping. Esper, huh? Esper. We got a Mind Stone, which is... well, that's a little awkward. So we can't play the Lotus Field by sacking these, because if we do that, then we have no way to turn on Golos later. I think we are going to sack this. Is pretty risky. Holy... do we? Guess we have to, right? All right. We could still get there. We could still get there. They're not doing anything either on their side of the board, so we do get to play Golos next turn. It will get either eaten by a counterspell, or just gets us a mountain, which is fine. Okay, so they are playing an Esper control deck that does have counterspells. And yeah, we're just gonna play Lotus Fields the hard way. You know, sometimes... whew, they just took an 8 spot to draw a card. Holy moly. Floating. That is not the way I intended to win this game. But yeah, so that was a pretty unexciting game, really. Next turn, we were going to Akroma's Memorial, hopefully. Following turn, we were going to Metalwork Colossus them for 10. Probably pretty good, right? All right. On to game 3. We didn't cast any red spells game. We just cast a couple of Mind Stones. Sacked a couple of Mind Stones. Cast a Golos. And we played a couple of Lotus Fields the hard way. So, and we won. And our Golos got counterspelled. So, and we had to sack our one Cascading Cataract to the Lotus Field. Okay, we get to go first. This isn't necessarily where I want to be. We didn't have any ramp. We're going to keep it. I do think I'm going to get rid of the Memorial, though, however. I don't necessarily want to get rid of the Memorial, but Combustible Gearhulk actually gives us a play on turn 4. I really thought about getting rid of a mountain, but, you know, sometimes you don't ever know if you're going to draw that third land. No scry for you. Alright. All the manas. Alright, let's just get a kill here, right? Let's just get a kill. Put him in the graveyard. Get 3 Gearhulks, or I mean 3 Metalwork Colossuses. We got 1 though, so we would actually hit them for 16. That'd have been pretty sick. Sure thing, sure thing. Well, you don't get to do that next turn, unfortunately for you. So this gives us access to another Gearhulk. Okay. Discard a card. Okay. They do have that Labyrinth in play. Oh, man, really? No. Why do we even bother, right? -6? Man. They didn't have it last turn. They had to have just drawn that. They had to have just drawn that. So we will play a Mind Stone. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna have to take some damage here eventually, right? No. I mean, if we just hit a... Oh. We just hit a Star of Extinction. We are going to be sitting pretty. But, so the problem with this is... They could... Yeah, they could draw into something. Oh, like that stupid land there. Okay, well we'll take 2. I mean, we're gonna give you that card next turn anyway. You gonna bolt it? Wow. That's got to be a pretty good card then. Maybe it's another Ugin. Oh. Can't target Lotus Field, my friend. Alright, so if we draw another Colossus, we actually win. But we don't draw another Colossus because we're drawing Star of Extinction. So... Alright, so we can win here, right? Alright, so we're going to scry. I want to see another Colossus. And then we're going to cast Valakut Awakening for 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter what order these go in. Oh, perfect. Oh, how amazing. How amazing is it when it all works out? How amazing is this when this all works out? Oh. Take 30. Yeah, they... Good game. Oh. That was a game right there. Ooh. Holy moly. Oh, man. You gotta love it when it all comes together. Alright, next game. Alright, well. All the games are gonna be... it's all gonna be downhill from after that. That was pretty amazing. It's exactly where we wanted to be. And you know our opponent was just like, what just happened? What? We just got Metalwork Colossus. They gave us so many extra cards that game, too. They Ulamogged us, they Ugined us, but we persevered through that. We have to keep this. Well, I don't want to keep drawing these, right? I want to draw these off of this, or mill them off of that. Right, are we about to get... Witch's Oven. Aldrin Familiar. Why your deck so stupid? Oh, amazing interaction, right? Yep. Do it to it. Next turn we get to Mind Stone, Maze Mind Tome. Hopefully draw land. Oh, okay. Okay. Just do this now, right? I guess we just want to hit a... We do want that, but we need more land first. We can't just fire these off. They'll just get eaten by the priest. I do kind of wish I had a shock or something. I don't know why you wouldn't bring back the Aldrin Familiar at the end of the turn. That way you're able to swing in with it. Right? That just makes sense. Like, you missed out on a point of damage. Okay, well, I guess we're discarding a Metalwork Colossus. Sure. I guess the Metalwork Colossuses do have the buyback ability, so to speak. All right. What are you doing for 2 black mana? Oh, you're just playing more Cauldron Familiars. Let's just draw... I'd take a mountain here, right? I mean... Okay. We do actually get to Star of Extinction next turn, which is good. Star of Extinction and hit their Blood Crypt. They're just going to sack all of their creatures to this priest. And what's the play here, right? So... that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good synergy. We're gonna take a lot of damage here, so I'm just gonna pitch another one. I don't want to take an extra 3 for no reason. Oh, why didn't you priest away the Croxa? That seemed like an incorrect play. Another Gear Hulk. And we have to do this, right? We have to kill this land. It is pretty important. Because not only do we get rid of the land, they don't sack their priest to the Witch's Oven for some reason. And you know what? Let's go take a look. I don't actually think we want Blood Sun anymore, right? Now we have the ability to gain 4 life. Okay, that's fine. Gets them a tap land. Yeah, let's just play another Gear Hulk, get some more cards, or potentially kill them. Okay. Well, we are going to, I think, take a draw with the Maze Mind Tome. I think that's more important than just playing out a Mind Stone. Sure thing. Sure thing. They've got Summoning Sickness. I probably would have put the Death Touch counter on the Dread Horse. I guess it wouldn't. Menace. Yeah, you should have put the Menace counter on. Yep. My guy has first strike. Oh. We can't play it this turn, but we can play it the following turn. That seems pretty... That seems pretty good. We still have 8 mana. So Blood Sun actually turns off another fetch land if they were to hit. I really wish we had 9 mana. That could potentially be pretty good. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... We attack. Do we attack? They just bring it in block, bring it in again. We're at 7. 6. No attacks. You have 2 of them. Just unfortunate. Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough game. Do want to just cast this Ulamog, target both of their witches' ovens. Red Horde Butcher kind of sucks. Found a 4. All right, well, how do we do this? Wish I could just cast Ulamog right here. I mean, we have to do this. So I could get rid of that. Yep, we're at 2. Definitely blocking. But if they have another cat, we're dead. Or if they have another way to reanimate their cats. Well... who we get in? They can't sacrifice. I was about to say, I bet they don't block. And we get to play another big creature. Alright, well. This is our last turn. Oh, good game. I didn't want a good game them in case they drew a cat and just got us. Whew. Wow. Wow, we were at 1. That was a crazy game. I'm trying to think if we misplayed it all. I'm sure we did. Sure we did. Well, we got there anyway. Okay, well. Yeah, we followed up the crazy game against the colorless deck with a pretty good game against Rakdos Sack. So, I'd really like to go first, I was about to say. I'd really like to get a hand that we want to play with. Oh my. Oh, this is what we get, right? This is what we get. Alright, well, we're getting rid of these 2 cards. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We'll draw into it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Golos is no bueno. I do love me some Golos. Alright, let's draw out the counter spells with the cards that don't matter. Sweet. You know what? We're actually just going to take a draw here. Okay. So they have multiple counter spells. They essentially I guess you do it next turn. I don't want to run this into a Spell Pierce. Oh, this is going to be really good. They actually, even if they have a Spell Pierce now, they just don't get to. It just wipes away 3 creatures. Oh, I forgot about Miscast. Oh my gosh, why is that a card? I'm sure. Okay. All right, buddy. They just have all of the counter spells, like they are just all there. That is crazy. That's a crazy draw. We're showing you our hand. This is our last card. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Really, really, really unfortunate. I mean, this doesn't kill the Pteramander. This does not kill the Pteramander. You can let this resolve. So, good game. Yep, yeah, and you had to play the curiosity for some reason. All right. Oh, Magic Mole, the troll. All right, good game. Well, we're not going to be undefeated this round. Oh, it's unfortunate. That sucks too. They were mana screwed, and we were baiting them out with the cards that just didn't really matter. So, and I did forget about Miscast. That's a card that nobody plays. Miscast. So if we draw a Lotus, this hand is really good. Like, really good. About to say, this is probably a Sultai deck. A Teamer instead. Teamer, Sultai, it's all the same. It's going to have all the land ramp in it. All right, let's draw Lotus Field this turn. Oh, look, you've cast 2 spells. Oh, got another one? Yep. Yep. You're doing it. You're doing... Ah, we didn't do it. Well, we got time. All right, well. Not the end of the world there. Not the end of the world. Oh, okay, well. 3 of those, huh? 3 of those. They are probably going to... I guess we have to take this. It probably gets a Genesis Ultimatum here. No. Okay. Right. Is there any way we die here? We don't have that. I don't think so. It's a lot of mana potentially. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Maybe we just win. Maybe we just win. Only 5 damage. Unfortunate. How many cards I got? Yeah, we're gonna attack. Okay, so that actually puts them 1 creature behind not being able to tap for 4 mana here with these Leafkins. Okay, Thassa's Oracle. Seems pretty fine. Ooh, 1 to the... Oh, they... I guess it was like that or nothing. I mean... We just slam this down, right? And just go? We get to Star of Extinction potentially next turn and win. Alright, so Uro puts him to 10. That is more than we have there. But they don't know about the other combustible Gear Hulk. Okay, well. Our creatures have protection from red. We are going to draw a card and... Oh, well. Okay, well. I think we're just going to do what we do. Yeah. Big 19. That seems pretty good. Well, we could have just played it and attacked, but you know, we got trolled last game, so we had to do a little BMing of our own, not of ourselves. All right, well, I think that means it's time for the final boss. Let's do it. All right, we are doing it to it. Final boss time. All right, Lucario. This is not a good hand to start with. This is way better. We keep this, we keep this. I think we get rid of the Storm's Wrath, honestly. Might be wrong, but I feel like if we can ramp 7, we should be fine, right? Alright, so they are on an Abzan, kind of Abzan list. Oh. Oh. What are you on over there, my friend? What are you on over there? We got the Lotus Field down. Alright, be gentle. No. I said be gentle. This is pretty cool. I like getting to see, you know, stuff like this come together. You really never know what their payoff's going to be. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, the good news is they don't get to sack a land. Good Akroma's Memorial here. I don't think we actually lose, but we're gonna cut them off of color. Not super concerned about what they have going on right now. The Fable Passage they can't use because of the Blood Sun. So. Oh, they're looking in the graveyard. They got like a Balagat or something. Oh. Crucible. Nice. Well. Did not expect a Crucible. Crucible's not the end of the world. Okay. Well. Really just want to get rid of this Nissa. You can replay your land there. Get another 2/2 again. Okay. That's fine as well. Okay. So Storm's Wrath's actually going to be pretty good here. That is a pretty good combo. So let's do this. Let's draw a card. We've got plenty of mana. So. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. We'll have 7 mana next turn if we do it on our main phase. So maybe it's better to go ahead and do it on our end step. Because then if we potentially draw a... I think we do this now. Could draw an Ulamog. They're pretty good. Depending on what happens here, we could potentially just win the game. depending on what they put in the graveyard or they give us. Come on, mill. Yes. Good game. Oh, I love it. We only had to deal 4 damage off that mill, but we ended up dealing 9. So, oh man. Sweet. That is sweet. Good game, final boss. Lucario, I think your name was. Yep. Good game. All right, let's talk about this sweet deck. All right, everybody, welcome back to the wrap up. And wow, this deck was amazing. We went 6-1. We did lose to a mono red deck. I'm sorry, mono blue deck. That didn't really have an explosive draw. They beat us down for 1 for a couple turns, for 2 for a couple turns. We even gained some life back with a Maze Mind Tome. They really didn't have any card draw in play. No enchantments like that, but they just drew a million counter spells, and they really got us with that miscast. That's what it's called, right? Miscast. We thought it was going to be a spell pierce, but they actually miscast us, and yeah, that was pretty brutal at that point because we were ready to pay 2 because we had 6 mana available, but we had to pay 3, and that definitely got us, and we were not expecting that. Not expecting that. But yeah, this deck had some sick games. Obviously, the one game that we played against the colorless deck where they actually Ugined us, and then they Ulamogged us, and then in one turn we played Akroma's Memorial into triple Metalwork Colossus, and we just got the game done at that point. You know, we had to hit triple Metalwork Colossus because I think they were above 20, so whatever they were at, yeah. And then we had that one game against Rakdos Sack where we were at 1 life. So yeah, we saw some pretty ridiculous games with this deck, and again, it's a lot of fun. And like I said in the intro, you know, I've missed playing Blood Sun and Lotus Field so much. I just really wanted to immediately come back to it. And honestly, the whole time in Decktember, I knew that when everything was said and done, I was 100% going to, my first deck back was going to be a Blood Sun Lotus Field deck. And then, you know, luckily one of our friends in Discord for Decktember had submitted a, you know, basically a colorless Iron Giant deck. And we converted it from their version to the version that we played. And then from that version to this version. So it kind of just, you know, just in a real nice fluid motion evolved from one deck to this deck, and I'm pretty happy with it. This deck is a lot of fun to play. So yeah, so I highly recommend this deck. Again, it's a lot of fun. You saw some really cool interactions, and it really just works. So, but yeah, again, if you enjoy the channel and you enjoy the decks, please, all I ask is you like, comment, subscribe, check out all the cool links down below, the Patreon link, the Discord link, and the Twitch link as well. You know, we stream Phasmophobia, we stream Magic sometimes, but right now I've just been playing a lot of Phasmophobia because it's been a lot of fun. So with that being said, everybody, please stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Remember, this channel would not exist without such amazing viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for interacting with the channel and helping grow the community. And a very big special thank you to the Patreons listed here for supporting the channel.